Michael Cerbola. Florida's new DOE czar, Manny Diaz, and Governor DeSantis define CRT indoctrination as imposing or putting a student in a situation where they have to either accept or admit something they're not responsible for, pushing or imposing a specific view on a topic, teaching lessons that foster hatred of the nation, or telling children they're inherently racist. Are each of us here today willing to die over CRT? Trump, DeSantis, and Getz said, real Americans must be willing to die over CRT. Do you know who else was willing to die over CRT and did? MLK. We must remove MLK's writings or that of DeSantis, or one must go, MLK or DeSantis. Arguably, there's more evidence of wokeness and potential to cause white shame in the writings and actions of MLK than any other. The telling of MLK's story and actions, his jailings, beatings, illegal wiretappings, and eventually killing must be banned. No words are more deserving of being banned than MLK's. MLK is woke like Disney. MLK speaks directly of CRT without naming it. MLK sought to indoctrinate all of America in his wokeness. Said MLK, we have deluded ourselves into believing the myth that capitalism grew and prospered out of the Protestant ethic of hard work and sacrifice. The fact is that capitalism was built on the exploitation and suffering of slaves and continues to thrive on the exploitation of the poor, both black and white, here and abroad. We must stop teaching evolution to comply with this anti-CRT law. Most persons think evolution is about, firstly, competition, secondly, about optimizing outcomes, and thirdly, about survival of the fittest. Each of these three is scientifically untrue, period. These big three scientific untruths were formulated in the 1860s to try to scientifically justify slavery and white supremacy. These big three untruths were created by the first libertarians, Spencer and Galton, who coined the terms survival of the fittest and eugenics. The rationalizing of inequity and racism led to deep Western eugenic bias and the use of students as the modern equivalent of smallpox blankets. Why must we be willing to die over CRT? To keep historians from inevitably branding it eugenic elder genocide and a crime against humanity when our politicians kept schools open and banned mandatory mass testing and vaccinations to intentionally, in their own words, increase natural herd immunity. In conclusion, postpone all book approvals. And that concludes Mr. Cebola's comments.